What is up, YouTube? How are you guys doing today? Thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Tobias and welcome to my YouTube channel. And today, guys, I have a fish video for you guys, and it is long overdue. The last time I uploaded a fish video was over a month ago. And what I want to show you guys today is the growth progress of my baby goldfish. Because I'm sure by now, they have grown quite a bit from the last time that I showed them on video. And also when I go out there to feed them, they all just swarm that whole area. So I think you guys might be kind of surprised to see how many there actually are now. And this right here, guys, is a green screen I ordered on Amazon because I'm trying to expand my horizons. I have a lot of different kind of content coming up in the near future, and this is all part of the master plan right here. I didn't even unfold it all the way, but this thing is huge, guys. It's supposed to be 15 feet by 9 feet. So yeah, I'll be making a video with that green screen really soon. So there's a couple things I want to show you guys down here, a couple updates I want to give you guys on a couple things. So let's go ahead and take a look at my Fantail goldfish really quick. And guys, if you guys like this video, I would really appreciate it if you went down there and gave this video a like. And if you are not subscribed yet, and if you would like to see more videos by me in the future, make sure you go down there and hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell notifications button. And here we are, my Fantail goldfish. He just had a water change like 2 days ago, I think. I mean, he's looking pretty good. And most likely in my next fish video, I'm going to be transferring this guy into the pool pond. So I'm pretty excited about that. I hope he doesn't get bullied by the other fish because that's kind of an issue I had with this fish the first time I tried putting him into the pool pond. Unless the fish were just spawning. That is a possibility, but either way, we'll see how it goes. And also a couple weeks ago, I transferred the rest of the guppies that I had in my guppy tank. I think there was only like 2 left at that point, but I transferred the rest of them into the pool pond as well. So right now the guppy tank is empty. Let me switch over to that footage that I filmed a couple weeks ago right now. So I thought I had footage of me putting the fish into the pond, but I guess I didn't. So yeah, now my 15-gallon guppy tank is completely empty, and check it out. So since this thing has been empty, I haven't been doing any water changes. I haven't even checked the parameters of the tank or anything. The only thing I've been doing is topping off the water. And check it out, the water is crystal clear now. If you guys remember, for those of you who saw the video where my guppy tank crashed, you would have noticed that the water was completely cloudy in that video, and now it's just crystal clear again. And it's just looking really, really good. Hardly, well, there's a little bit of algae, but there's hardly any algae. Yeah, you can see there's some right there. So since I haven't checked the parameters of this tank for weeks, I think it would be really cool to check the parameters right now and just see if the tank has been able to reestablish itself. So let's do that right now. Alright guys, so check it out. Some of you who may have seen my past couple of fish videos might remember what my parameters looked like back then. And if you guys remember, my ammonia levels, like, you know, maybe a month ago, were all the way like up here at like 8 parts per million. Now it looks like they're down to 0.50 parts per million. So the tank hasn't completely reestablished itself, but it's definitely a huge improvement. So I know that that beneficial bacteria in there is starting to get established, and it's eating up that ammonia. And my nitrite levels were super high before as well, and look, now it looks like they are at 0, which I'm really happy to see. As for the pH is way down from what it usually is. Like usually it's like all the way at the top of this. It's usually at like 7.6, or even sometimes I would even have to check it with the high range pH. but usually it's like at the very top of this. And right now it looks like it's down at like 6.0. And for like the guppies, you know, because this was a guppy tank, they usually like the higher range pH levels. And then if we look over here at my nitrates, those are still super high. Like it looks like we're probably at like 80 parts per million. But that's okay, I'm not really worried about it because, you know, I don't have any fish in here. And I'm really curious to see just how long it does take this tank to fully establish itself again. So my plan right now is just to keep this thing empty and just to, you know, observe it and see just how long it takes. And as for the nitrate levels, I'm not going to do any water changes because the other thing that I'm super curious about is how long it takes these plants to eat up those nitrates to make those nitrate levels go all the way down to 0. Because I talked about this in another one of my videos, but you know, the plants I have in here, crested java fern, and anubias, those are like, you know, slow growing aquarium plants, and you know, they probably don't do the best job of eating up nutrients like that. But I am curious just to see how long it takes to eat up all those nitrates. And in theory, as far as I understand, eventually it should be able to get those levels down to 0 because there's no more ammonia being produced in this tank. The only ammonia that would be produced in this tank would be from like decaying plant matter, but I'm really not seeing much decaying plant matter at all. Everything looks like pretty healthy. I did notice that on my java fern, you know, there are some like brown spots. And I'm not really sure what the deal is with that. If anybody has any clue, feel free to let me know in the comments below because I'd be interested to know, you know, just why it has those like brown spots. But yeah, guys, I'm pretty happy to see the progress that we're making. And for those of you guys who remember my tadpoles / toads, I have the toads right here in this 10-gallon tank. I kind of made it their own little paludarium, I guess. Is that Paludarium, right? And yes, I am pretty sure that these are toads and not frogs. Somebody told me that in one of my videos, and I looked it up on Google, and it does seem like these are probably toads and not frogs. But check them out, guys. I made this little tank for them. I did have the filter on at one point, but then I learned that, you know, toads, they don't really need much water. And actually, toads can even drown in water. So I keep very little water in there, and it's just not high enough for the filter to like suck up. So, you know, there's a little bit of water in there. There's a lot of decorations, a lot of like hiding places. Got this thing in there. I sprinkled in these seeds to grow these plants, just to give it like more of a natural feel. And, you know, I think the toads might even like that a little bit. You can see 2 of them right there. And they're growing like pretty fast. One thing that I learned is that they love to eat ants, and also on my water lilies. In my pond, I'll, you know, go in there and look at my dying or decaying water lily leaves, like water lily pads, I should say, like these ones right here. And they'll have these little like aphid type bugs on them, and I'll cut them off and I'll put them in here, and the toads just go crazy eating them up. They love them. And guys, just before we go out into the nearly 100-degree heat, there's just one more thing I want to show you guys. I bought a drone. It is the Mavic Air 2. And I'm going to be doing like a full review on this thing, like as much in depth as I can. But before I do that review, I need to like get comfortable using it. I need to explore all the features. Pretty much I need to become as close to an expert as I can to do the review on this thing. So pretty much I need to practice with it as much as I can. So I'm going to take it outside with us when we go up to the pond. So let's go ahead and make our way up to the pool pond, see how much those baby goldfish grew. You guys aren't going to believe this. Alright guys, so that was the drone. I'm still like learning how to use it. I'm still trying to get better at flying it. But anyways, here's the pool pond. Let me go and uncover it and I'll show you guys some of those baby goldfish, like how much they've grown. Alright guys, so check it out. So I've mentioned this before, but I'm not a huge fan of filming at this time of the day just because the sun is so harsh and it really makes like the shadows like really dark and the light spots really light. But we're just gonna make do, you know? And before I throw some food in here, I just want to show you guys like how many guppy fry there are in here. Let's just look over here and just look closely. If you just look around in these like little spots, like I see a couple swimming right here. You'll just see these tiny guppy fry just swimming around, and there's just a ton of them. Especially like right here in the shallow part. Just tons of little guppies. Tons of really young ones. You could also see like all these are baby goldfish. All the goldfish right here, those are all babies. Right there we got a Shabunkin hybrid. Really cool. But yeah, tons of baby goldfish. Big guppies, little guppies. And we got the big goldfish, the OGs. The OGs of the pool pond. And before I continue, guys, I'm gonna have to put on some long socks because I could already feel my ankles getting bit by mosquitoes. Perfect. And as for those bugs that I find on my water lilies, this is exactly what I was talking about right here. All those little black specks, I don't know what kind of bugs they are, but they're kind of like aphids, except they're like a brownish grayish color. Also those white specks, I think those might be like another kind of bug, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw some food in and get a real good look at all these baby goldfish. Alright guys, so as you can see, it seems like everything is just thriving in here, and it's a really good feeling when your fish are thriving. Some of you might have noticed that my water level is a bit lower than usual. I do need to add some water. I've kind of estimated that about 70 gallons evaporate from this pond a week, so I do need to add water pretty regularly. And as you can see guys, we got some baby goldfish in there that are like roughly like 3 inches long already. And it's crazy to think that some of the original goldfish that I have in here, they were probably about that size when I got them from the pet store. So it's just crazy to see like how fast they grew. And of course, some of the fish that you're seeing in here, they kind of look like goldfish, but they're like kind of a lighter pinkish color. Those are rosy red minnows. There's some down there at the bottom. So yeah, those ones aren't goldfish, those are rosy red minnows, and there are a ton of those as well. And then on top of like what we've seen already, there's also a lot of dark grayish brown colored goldfish that are just really hard to see, and there's a lot of those. So all the baby orange goldfish that you can see, just imagine there's probably the same amount of those in like the dark gray color that we're just not really seeing right now. I mean, I could see a couple of them, but it's really hard to catch them on camera. Maybe the GoPro got some of them. So I hope you guys liked that update video. I was long overdue for a fish video for the Aquamigos, and hopefully my next fish video doesn't take that long for me to put out. And just really quick guys, I just wanted to give a quick shout out in this video to Vertigo117. He's another YouTuber. He makes videos about his pond and his vegetable garden, but his pond is like on another level. He's doing some really crazy stuff, and he's giving me a lot of useful information on stuff that I need to do to my pond. So I encourage you guys to check out his channel. I'll have his channel linked down in the description of this video. So yeah guys, if you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you went down there and gave this video a like. That would help me out so much. And if you yourself would like to become an Aquamigo, our little fish community here on YouTube, all you have to do is go down there, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notifications button, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Peace.